Receiver on. I have this out. Good morning, 2015 Pittsburgh Penguins Elite Santa Mesa fans. Game number one of the 2025 Dick's Sporting Goods Midwinter Classic. Game number one will feature a Pens Elite wearing white against the Woodbridge Wolfpack Hockey Club out of Massachusetts. The tunes are going, the teams are ready for game number one of a three-game full play setup of 12 teams in the 2015 division of the Midwinter Classic. Starting in net will be number 30, Luka Thompson. And at center, number 93, Riker Ferguson. He'll be flanked by Bingham Green. And Nico Stark on the backside, Welch and number 9, Brady Fritchie. It's going to be one back to Welch. He throws it right over to Brady Fritchie, enters the offensive zone. Brady Fritchie sneaks it in where rebound doesn't get through to the netminder as it's thrown right back to the stick of Nico Stark. Stark over to Riker Ferguson. He's right down Wall Street. Sticked away there by the netminder for the Wolfpack, number 30. Stick lift by Nico Stark. It's thrown all the way back down the Penguins' ice as Brady Fritchie has the skate guard flapping as Stark chips it wide to Riker Ferguson. Pens D are going to change behind the play now as Ferguson dumps it into the offensive zone. Freshly on here at number 25, that's Blake Paris. He chips it behind one guy. But following on is number 4, Mason Fritchie. He wins that puck battle, goes to Gorski. Gorski goes right back to Fritchie. Fritchie snaps a shot, tried to go 5-hole, stick save. Rebound attempt from number 25, Blake Paris. That's thrown back to the point man, number 43, Grant Loya. Loya snaps it in, stick down there by the defenseman, number 75. 75 goes high up the glass to the point man, number 77, CJ Nenavisa, the left-handed defender for the Pens Elite. As on the back check is 45, Brooks Gaworski. Comes now to the 677, Nenavisa. Nenavisa over to Grant Loya, 43. Loya up to Gaworski. Back on the attack. Drop pass for 4. Mason Fritchie snapped in. Right pad save there from the netminder, who does not have his stick. It's behind the goal as he's thinking about going to retrieve it. And as Loya curls back, the netminder will go back and get his stick. Headman pass for the stick of Connor Wilson's knocked away. He does retrieve that. He's got a man go to the net. It's Borman. Wilson's knocked off the puck now, but he's able to retrieve it behind the goal line. He curls now around 75. He's going to take it behind and use the net as a shield. Surveys the scene. Still on the stick of Wilson. He's going to curl out to the slot, knocked off his stick plate. He goes and retrieves it. Centering pass comes all the way through to Ambrose Papuano. And it will go all the way back into the Penguin zone where Borman throws it to the stick of Welch. It was in the air, though, as Borman now collects behind netminder Luka Thompson. As it goes from Papuano to Welch. Welch feathers it up to Borman. Borman to Wilson. Wilson's in flight now. It's coming in with a trailer. It is number 11, Colt Davis. Wilson's brought down as Davis follows on. Penn's able to change some truth behind the play now. Wilson's going to walk out. Correction. That's Colt Davis that walked out of the corner, snapped it over the left pad of the netminder, and Colt Davis shoots and scores. On the Penguins' third shot of the game, it's number 11 that finds the back of the net. Colt Davis. 12:24 to go in the first period. It's a 1-0 game. Back underway here. As it's thrown back into the Pens D zone, icing is the call, so we'll head back down into the Penguins offensive zone against the netminder number 30, Franco. Good name for a December sporting event in Pittsburgh. Franco, the netminder. After Colt Davis was able to put one behind him, it's Riker Ferguson. Off the draw, tried to push it forward. Wolfpack will throw it back to the point man, Fritchie. Quickly deflect this over to 19, Bingham Green. Green steps around his man. Goes into the slot. Deflected in on net by Ferguson. And looking for a rebound was number 7, Nico Stark. And Bingham Green. Right now, 12 minutes even. 4-0 the shot totals. As Ferguson wins the draw, goes back to Fritchie. Fritchie surveys the stand, goes back to Bingham Green. Green into the slot, deflected in on the net. Off the stick of Ferguson, right to the goal mouth of Nico Stark, and Nico Stark pops it over the left pad of Franco. With 11:51 to go in the first period, Nico Stark makes it a 2-0 game. On the Pens Elite's 5th shot of the game. And we're back into action once again as CJ Nanavisa. He's going to dump it in deep. Roger Ferguson gets in on the forecheck. Wins that foot race as he drops it for Bingham Green. That's read by 25, Nielsen. Swings it up to 75. Back to neutral. Brady Fritchie steps into that pass attempt. Swings it into space where CJ Nanavisa will pick it up now, and he'll curl behind the starting netminder, number 30, Luka Thompson. Nanavisa off the stick of Nico Stark. Stark headman pass for Bingham Green. He's coming in 1-on-2 right now. Knocked off of his stick blade is Ferguson. He's going to dump it in and go for a change now. 75 has the stick lifted by Blake Paris. Both of them hit the deck, but Paris gets up first. He's got a man going to the net. It's Ambrose Papuano. Was in deep on that play, but unable to clear this puck of the Wolfpack. Right back in. Brooksy Gaworski loses an edge, tries to move it along. Number 10, Spinelli carries it back to center. Pocket picked again by Paris and Gaworski. Gaworski centering pass for Mason Fritchie. Deflects in on that. Rebound put back by Mason Fritchie into the left pad of the netminder 30. So only one shot showing up on the board, but 2 there in that sequence from number 4, Mason Fritchie. As the Wolfpack content to make a change. Kaworski's up ahead of the play. Pass is going to be read, though, but unable to handle that was the defender for the Wolfpack. Kaworski dumps it in deep, where Blake Paris goes in on the forecheck now as he battles the defender. Mason Fritchie follows on. Going to poke it back to his brother, number 9, Brady Fritchie. Well, he curls off the corner now. Curls around another man looking for a backdoor opportunity. As Colt Davis mans the point. Can be feathered through to Easton Borman. Borman unable to get a shot away. It's still sitting there. Welch tries to pickle stab it further. Put up to Borman now. But 51's going to poke it back to center, where Connor Wilson swings it wide to Brady Fritchie. Connor Wilson tries to move along. Welch going to shoot this into the equivalent of 44, where Brady Fritchie's going to have to hustle over to get to this puck. It's shot behind number 33, Luka Thompson. Welch up to Borman. Borman's in flight now. He's got a step. He's going to get around one guy. He cuts in. Easton Borman walking down Yuletide Lane there. Gets a shot on the right pad of Franco. He puts it into the corner here. 2-0 the score with 9:02 now to go in the first period. Easton Borman. He walks out. Connor Wilson. He pressures the defender. Following on is the guy that opened scoring today, Colt Davis. And Avisa pinches down. As it comes back to Borman, who was manning the point, unable to hold his own, though. So he's going to throw back to center. He goes wide to Grant Loyes, right back in on the attack. 7-0 the shot totals. As good stop-up move there from Grant Loyes. Drops it now wide for number 11, Colt Davis. Davis is going to try another power move behind the net. Throws it out in front, nobody home, though. It comes all the way through to Grant Loyes at the top of the circle right now. Curls back. Throws it to Nico Stark. He's trying to wind it further. Now comes to Lachlan, number 29. Pokes it behind Loya, but following back was Wilson. He runs into an official. Nenavisa comes over to clean up the mess. Nenavisa up to Wilson now. Headman to Bingham Green. Bingham Green has 2 defenders on him. Loses an edge and crashes into the corner, trying to maintain control. Following on, helping out is Nico Stark. Number 93, Riker Ferguson, comes dangerously through the slot area where Green almost had an opportunity there to pick up that turnover, but it's back to center now. The Wolfpack will try to feather it through, and Welch will now go over the corner to get to this puck. Sends it right up to Nico Stark. Stark back to Bingham Green. 2-on-2 is going to develop here as the Wolfpack player is going to go for a change as Ferguson is hooked up there. As number 10 is going to try Welch wide, but offsides was the call. 7:22 remaining in the first period. Back into the Penguin zone is number 4, Mason Fritchie. Uses the net as a shield, as a hook put into his midsection, where Nenavisa is now going to contest the Wolfpack player. Creates a turnover up to number 25. That's Blake Paris. Headman pass for 45. Brooksy Gaworski is coming in 1-on-2. Good spin move there from Gaworski. Creates some space. Goes to Paris. Left pad save. Still in the crease. And that rebound's put in by 2-5. Blake Paris. He cashes in. With 6:50 remaining in the first period on the Penguins' 10th shot of the game. Good spin move from Gaworski. Created the space, found Paris, got a couple of shots in on the netminder. And it's 3-0 here from the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmerville, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, PA for the Midwinter Classic. Game number 1 underway between the Woodbridge Wolfpack and your 2015 Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. Thanks for tuning in. As we'll be back in action later today, 4 o'clock against the London Junior Knights. But right now, it's Brooks Gaworski who's rewarded for the hard work earlier. And Brooksy Gaworski finds the deflection off of the netminder. And with 6:24 left, the Pens will score their 4th goal on their 11th shot of the game. Four nothing Pens Elite over the Woodbridge Wolfpack. We got some guest commentators right now. Thought we may have had some in-game interviews here with little Danny Fritchie. But Connor Wilson, he's not going to be bumped into the wall where Colt Davis follows on. As number 28, going to skate this out of danger, throws it back to center, beyond the reach. May have a penalty coming up, and we do, as we will be rung up for a tripping call with 5:59 to go in the first period. As Lady Gaga's, I think it's Lady Gaga's bad guy playing from the DJ booth here. Hopping into the box will be number 74, Easton Borman. For 1:30. As on to kill the penalty will be number 11, Colt Davis. Connor Wilson, backside, Loya, and number 37, Ambrose Papuano. But it's Connor Wilson in shorthanded right now. Comes in with a blaze of speed to protect this puck in the corner. Now on the half wall, it's Colt Davis. He runs into a man. Both go down. Colt Davis gets up first, though, and gets to this puck. As it's still here on the half wall. As it's knocked back to center. Where number 10 will try and bounce around number 43, Grant Loy. Loya forces him to the corner. Plays it behind the net to Ambrose Papuana. Papuana up to Davis. Deflects off of his stick blade. Connor Wilson now picks it up. Dances around with some speed. Protects it on his backhand. Stick. Good poke check there from 30. As it's thrown back to Welch. Welch is going to dump it deep into the corner now. Where number 10 is going to try Welch. Welch is going to get a stick into him, not allow him a zone entry. With now 30 seconds, Welch now comes up to prep for the puck carrier. It comes back to Brady Fritchie. It's in his skates. As it comes in front, Luka Thompson makes his first save of the game. And it's put back in front. And into the back of the net by the Woodbridge Wolfpack. They get a power play goal with 4:46 to go in the first period. On their second shot on goal, the Wolfpack are able to cash in. It's now a 4-1 game. As Brady Fritchie, he controls. Has it now at the top of the right circle. Shoots it on net, deflects wide. Welch will come over to get to this puck. He's going to throw it right to the stick of a Woodbridge player. As Nico Stark shoots it off the bar. We're 91 now. Throws it up the half wall. Bingham Green crashes into a man. Where Bingham Green follows on. Nico Stark now. Bingham Green will walk out of there. He's got a man. That's to shoot the puck. As it goes into the midsection of number 30 with 3:40 to go in the first period. Mason Fritchie steps in for the offensive zone face-off. Going to be thrown the netminder number 30. As Nanavisa comes over. Jaworski deflects it back into the offensive zone. But Blake Parrish throws it now into the corner. .75 goes high off the glass. It's into the skates of Blake Parrish holding it in. Now on the half wall. Or CJ Nanavisa. It's able to get it right back into Penzozo, 26, Woo. We'll throw it up to Jaworski now. It's in his skates, comes to the point man, number 43, Grant Lloyd. Dances around one guy, two guy, three guys. Still on his stick as he comes down to the corner. Lloyd protects. Tries to swing it out in front, goes off the skate at 94 to the stick of Jaworski. Where 16 goes to the point man, 77. Fritchie tries a centering pass, but the Pens are changing behind the play. It becomes an outlet for 94. Hustling back is number 25, Blake Parrish. For Ambrose Papuana. He's going to curl it up the ice now. He gets the motor going, skates going through like butter right now. The Woodbridge defense got a man back door. It's Wilson, throws it on net. As Borman tries to get this puck down. As 23 is going to skate out the other side. Where Colt Davis stops his man. And there's a stick on the ice. Where Ambrose Papuana collects. Great job. Coming right back into the Pens D zone. Where Easton Borman's going to hustle over to get to this puck. Going to throw it up off the wall to Colt Davis. And back to neutral. A couple Penguins collide with each other. It was Davis and Wilson. As Ambrose Papuana. He's 51, try to protect the puck on the wall. Connor Wilson wins that battle. Leaves it for Welch. Welch is going to headman this up to number 11, Colt Davis. Davis tries to hit. Wilson does get through to Borman. Ooh, as Davis runs into the back of the cage. As he's going to take a knee there. Went in hard to the back of that net. So it's going to be brought out of the zone with 1:11 left in the first period. Shot total is 13-2 right now. 4-1 the score. Puck's going to be one back to number 9, Brady Fritchie. Fritchie over to Nenevisa. Nenevisa feathers it through to number 7, Nico Stark. Back to 93, Riker Ferguson. Ferguson down to Bingham Green. He pops it over the net. 7. Nico Stark tries a wrap move. It's knocked off at his stick blade. Now in the half wall, pinching down as Fritchie goes over his stick, though. Covering for him is 92, Riker Ferguson. He goes across to CJ Nenevisa. Nenevisa going to shoot that in on net. Goes off the right pad. And 93, Riker Ferguson now. Depends have good puck control with 33 to go in the period. Bingham Green goes cross ice to CJ Nenevisa. Nenevisa's going to put it down in the corner. Stark on his backhand. Back to Ferguson. Ferguson makes a couple guys miss. Has it behind the net. He's going to man in front. Tries a wrap move instead. Pad save there from the netminder. Number 75 is going to throw it back to Grant Loya. Just came onto the ice with 10 to go in the first frame. Loya controls, passes at the Bingham Green. He's stopped up high in the zone. Loya was looking for a give and go. It now comes all the way through to Paris, and that's going to be it. At the end of 1, the score. Hensley 4. Woodbridge Wolfpack 1. 14-2 the shot totals. Wolfpack able to cash in on a power play goal. We'll be back with period number 2 momentarily.
I'm so sick and tired of the Photoshop. Somebody actually wrote it and the ball. Somebody actually wrote it. This is looking crazy. I got that with me. I say, my God, hey, she, hey, this they breaking fun, the AP got the TED talk. That's my self speak. I'm the first one. Sit down. Sit down.
All right, 15 minutes up on clock for period number 2. Set to get started here from the Alpha Ice Complex. Game number 1 of a 3-game preliminary round of the Midwinter Classic. Mason Fritchie is on for the faceoff. Wins it back to Ambrose Papuano. Also to get to this puck. He's now in his D zone. Has it on his backhand. Swings it over to his D partner, Grant Loya. Loya now curls up. Throws it up ahead. Attempted pass for Gaworski. Evades him. Comes to the stick of the Woodbridge defender. They go to D. Trying to read that pass was Gaworski and does. And back to center red is Grant Loya. Fans on the first pass attempt. Gets control of that puck. Gets it over to Papuano. Up to Mason Fritchie, number 4. As he protects, tries to feather it through. Comes to his stick blade. And out of the corner to Brooksy Gaworski. Gaworski has it on his forehand. Backhand pass attempt in front. Deflects over to Mason Fritchie. Fritchie swings it wide. Papuano has to get a stick on it to keep it in the zone. Tries a slap attempt. Goes off the shin guard of number 16 and back into the Penguins D zone where Grant Loya will go back for this puck with 14:03 now to go in the second period. He will curl around netminder 33, Luca Thompson. Reverses it for Ambrose Papuano. Papuano off the wall to Connor Wilson. As that puck is left for number 10. Good stick lift there from Colt Davis. Good to see him back on the ice after colliding with the net in the first frame. Easton Borman's got a head of steam. Comes into the offensive zone, shoots it into the back of the legs of the Woodbridge defender. And that'll be a transition for number 10. He's going to try Welch. Welch is going to keep him to the outside. Ball's down. Richie now controls the spot. We'll go to Easton Borman. Borman, headman pass for Connor Wilson. That's number 10. He's going to see this as Welch has this now. He's going to try and get it up to Borman, and does. That's right back into the zone. It's number 75 for the Wolfpack. Gets around Welch. Power move here. Good save there from Luka Thompson. As it comes through the crease. As Easton Borman now enters the offensive zone. Has it behind the net. We'll go high to Brady Fritchie. Let him go right around. As Woodbridge throws it high over the glove of number 77, CJ Nanavisa. Back to center is 43, Grant Loya. Loya comes in 1-on-2. He's got a trailer. But it's Grant Loya that walks around. He's got all the moves in Grant Loya. Goes to the backhand over the right pad of the netminder to cash in with 12:06 to go in the second period. Grant Loya makes it 5-1 on the Penn's Elite 15th shot of the game. The seas parted, and Grant Loya took that lane. Made no mistake about it. Grant Loya, number 43, gets the goal. He's on here. He leaves it for number 93, Riker Ferguson. Ferguson goes wide to Nanavisa. Nanavisa up to Nico Stark. Stark centering pass for Brigham Green. As following on is Riker Ferguson right now in the offensive zone. He walks out, tries to go short side off the left shoulder of the netminder 30. He's back into the Penn's D zone. Come the Woodbridge Wolfpack. But Ambrose Papawanathan, we tripped up for Riker Ferguson. Swings it over to Welch. Penn's have a delayed penalty coming up. And so going to the box will be number 29 on the tripping call. Pence to the power play with 11:22 to go in the first period. $16 for the shot totals. Mason Fritchie, Brooks Gaworski, Blake Paris, Ambrose Papuano, and Noah Welch on for the Penn's power play right now. As it's 1-2 Gaworski. Gaworski goes cross ice to Papuano. Papuano back to Welch. Welch is going to go down to Gaworski. Gaworski surveys the scene. He goes back high to Welch. Welch is going to move it back to Ambrose Papuano. Papuano on his backhand swings it down to Blake Paris. Comes now high to Welch. Welch goes down to Gaworski. Gaworski surveys the scene. He's going to switch and curl back down on a half wall. Now switches with Blake Paris. Paris back down to Gaworski. Goes right back to Paris. Now in the skates of Welch. Welch is going to keep this in the zone. It goes deep down to Mason Fritchie. Fritchie goes high to Gaworski. Has it on his backhand. Now he's facing some pressure. As the Woodbridge Wolfpack, they're going to bring this back to Welch. Welch swings it now wide to Ambrose Papuano. He's facing pressure. Pence still not getting a shot. They've had puck control. Not able to get a shot through so far. As they're going to make a change where Mason Fritchie controls. He's got a man coming off the bench. Easton Borman. Borman now goes to the corner to Colt Davis. With 17 now to go on the power play. Pence largely stayed for the outside on that power play. And did not get a shot through. As late on this power play is Easton Borman. As we're back to 5-on-5 action. He stops up. Goes high to Connor Wilson. Wilson snaps us in on net into the glove of the netminder, number 30. We will set here for another offensive zone face off. In period number 2 with 9:44 to go. 17-4 the shot totals, 5-1 on the scoreboard from the Alpha Ice Complex in the Midwinter Classic. Now throwing high off the glass back to center. For Connor Wilson on the back check. Knocks it off the stick of 44. Lawson. Ritchie up to Colt Davis. 3-on-2 develops for the Pens. Centering pass goes all the way through to the netminder. The late little love tap there from Easton Borman. Running interference. Not allowing the Wolfpack player to confront him. Was Nenavisa. Wilson steps in for the draw. Flanked by Borman and Davis. Backside, Fritchie and Nenavisa still. As Borman will get to this puck, he's called off his skates. He gets back up as Davis comes over and gets poke check into the Wolfpack player. Pokes it around Fritchie. Able to recover, though, is number 9, Brady Fritchie. And Colt Davis brings it back to center. Knocked off of his stick blade. And back on the attack is Woodbridge. They're going to try Nenavisa snap just over the bar. Heavy shot there for number 23 as Davis is going to throw it back to center. Could have been too many men call. There's 7 players, 6 players. As we get caught in front of the Wolfpack bench as Connor Wilson gets a shot attempt through. And Woodbridge brings it back through the neutral zone. As they're going to dance around Bing and Green. Could be rung up for a tripping call. Nothing called there. So even up maybe for the too many men call. It was like Wilson pushes it through the legs of Woodbridge defender. To start to Bing and Green. Unable to get a lot on that shot. Where it comes back high to the half wall. As Woodbridge is trying to get this out of the zone with 8 minutes even, as we are at the halfway point of this contest between Woodbridge and the Pens Elite. Nico Stark tries to protect the puck on the wall, comes now high to Woodbridge. A good back check there from Ferguson. Temporarily keeps us in the zone. As Grant Loya going to play the man here for Woodbridge and moves it for his partner, Ambrose Papawanis. Papawanis back to center, 4-on-3 develops. As carrying this in will be Ambrose. Stops up here at the dot. Goes a cross ice pass to Loya. Loya dips it for Bing Green, loses an edge. A lot of Penguins players falling down. As it comes now through, this is not the friendly confines of the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. But back to get this puck will be right to Ferguson. Pumps it up to Noah Welch. Welch up to Stark. Stark to Bingham Green. Green now stops up. He delays. Protects the puck. Goes with a pass attempt over to Mason Fritchie. Fritchie temporarily wins that battle. He falls down, though. As he gets back to his feet, Mason Fritchie has this puck. He goes high to his brother Brady. Brady. Puck protection. There, it goes all the way through to his deep partner, number 14, Welch. He's muscled off the puck. As again, it comes all the way through. Welch is going to pinch down, pushes this deep behind the net to number 45, Brooksy Gaworski. This flex off the side of the net now. Still sitting there behind the cage. As Woodbridge looks to get out of the zone here with 6 minutes left in the second period frame. Mason Fritchie comes over, correction, Brady Fritchie comes over to confront. Thrown in ahead of the play, though, was 97. Offsides is the call. So we are under 6 to go in the second period. Pence looking to add on here. Tournament's set up from the Midwinter Classic. There are 12 2015 teams in the 2015 division. You'll need to be in the top 4 in order to advance into the semifinal round. So all 2015 teams are playing 3 preliminary round games. And then depending on how things shake out, will determine who will advance in that top 4 round to the semifinals. So goal differential will probably come into play here in the 2015 division. As the Pens right now are +4 with a 5-1 lead over the Woodbridge Wolfpack. As it's now feathered ahead to Mason Fritchie. Fritchie, curl move. Gets around. Mason Fritchie with all the moves now. He's able to slip it on the ice into the right side of the net under the left pad of goaltender number 30, number 4. Gets the goal. Mason Fritchie with 5:15 to go in the period makes it a 6-1 game. And Party Hard plays from the loudspeakers here at Alpha. Now one back to Grant Loya, 6-1, 5:13 now to play in the second period. Hens see this on the stick of Easton Borman. The flex doesn't get through on that shot attempt. As it now comes to Connor Wilson, protects on his forehand. Comes all the way through to Easton Borman. Good save there on the left pad of number 30. We're at 4:47 now, Mark, as Easton Borman takes it right back in the offensive zone. He runs into Connor Wilson. After taking a shoulder, it's Cole Davis on his backhand. Throws it through the slot. Walsh is going to try to hustle over to get to this puck. Loses that foot race. He moves it up to Borman. Borman left it for Wilson. Goes under his stick plays. As Wilson now hits the deck as he takes a stick. The Bridge is going to try and feather this up ahead. Gets through. As the Pens are going to coalesce. There's going to be a tripping call. Leaving number 37, Ambrose Papuano. Another power play coming up for the Woodbridge Wolfpack. They cashed in on their single opportunity earlier in the first period. As Riker Ferguson wins his face off, pushes it forward here as the Pens on the penalty kill. Woodbridge will come out of the zone now with 1:09 to go. Actually, it's not Papuano in the box. It's going to be 7. Nico Starship gets rung up for that tripping call. As Ambrose Papuano on his backhand swings it up to Bingham Green. Tries a curl move on the half wall as Papuano crashes in. He now has it behind the net. Going to take it out in front. He swings it up ahead to Bingham Green. Renanavisa will now have it at center red. He dumps it deep. Wolfpack unable to get a shot so far on their own power play attempts. 2:44 to go in the second period. 19 to go on the tripping call to number 7, Nico Stark. As the Wolfpack try to exit the zone, and they do. Back to center red. From the boys in blue. Where Brady Fritchie will hustle back. 6 to go. This will probably do it. As Wolfpack is making a change there. There was an opportunity to hit Blake Paris just ahead of play. Right idea. But that'll be it for Penn's penalty kill. Period number 2. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. 6-1 the score. Mason Fritchie stepped in for the defensive zone faceoff. As it comes all the way through to the stick of number 9, Brady Fritchie. Take the hook. Moves it up to Brooksy Gaworski. Gaworski over to Paris. Pens in flight now. 3-on-2 to develop. Knocked off the stick blade of Blake Paris, though. as it comes through to number 25, Blake Paris, high off the wall. But keeping it in is not number 25, Blake Paris. Feathers it over to Gorski, rolls off of his stick blade, comes right back to Blake Paris, fans on the shot attempt, comes down to Mason Fritchie, snaps it in just wide of his net with 1:38 to go in the second. Pushed along further by number 43, Grant Loya, comes now high to Ambrose Papuano. Dances around 16 easily. Papuano showing his skating off right now, protects on his backhand, still in the zone. Ambrose Papuano creates some space, goes wide to Gorski. Gorski centers it for Mason Fritchie on the one-timer attempt. Now comes back to the stick of Gorski. Gorski goes right back to his line mates. It's going to be thrown all the way down the ice. Icing will be the call with 1:07 now to go in the second period. Woodbridge will skate this. They're going to throw it back down the ice. It's going to die, though. Not enough juice for icing. As Laura crashes into his man, number 95. Under 1 to play in the second period now. Loya still battling with 95 in the corner. Now Loya lays on top of him. Picked up by Ambrose Papuano. He's going to swing it behind Luka Thompson up to 74 Easton Borman. 40 now to go in the frame. Colt Davison on the forecheck. He's going to try to catch up to this puck. Borman hustles over for this. 30 now to go. As Borman has it. He dances around. Shot taken. Rebound comes out in front where it's going to be an outlet for the Woodbridge Wolfpack with 18 to go in the period. Thrown into the skates of a couple of players. May have been offsides there with Brady Fritchie. Picks it up. Jailbreak now for Pens. 11 seconds to go. As Wilson tries to get it through. 6 now to go in the period. Wilson goes wide to Welch. 2 seconds left. Welch is going to pick a shot. As coaches were yelling for him to shoot. And that's the end of 2. The score is Pens lead 6. And the Wolfpack 1. Shot totals right now. Numbers up on the scoreboard from the Alpha Ice Complex. 21-4. Action from other 2015 games. Game right before us was top on. They were victorious over the Windsor Junior Spitfires by the score of 4-1. Not sure what's going on in other action right now, but sure if you're interested, hop on to the UPMC Lemieux Winter Classic Pens League website. Check out all the standings. We'll be back up at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex for game number 2 later today, where Riker Ferguson now controls on the half wall. He spins off a man. Ferguson tries to move along further, but confronted by Yang, number 88. On the back check now is number 7, Nico Stark. Stark bumps it ahead to Bingham Green. Green tries to curl it around. Now it comes to Riker Ferguson. Tries a curl move. Right goes through the skates of Nico Stark. Now poked in front of the bench where Welch picks it up, swings it now wide to number 9, Brady Fritchie. Fritchie gets it right up to Green. Goes to Ferguson, flex off the right pad of the netminder. Following on is Brady Fritchie as he surveys the seam, has it high in the zone. Protects the puck. Good man in the slot, tries to hit him. Flex off the shin guard in 97. Still on the stick in number 9. Backing off of Brady Fritchie where Bingham Green now picks it up. Has it on the goal line. Looks for a trailer. It's Grant Loya. Loya tries to poke it ahead to Mason Fritchie. 13:50 to go in the third period now, where Woodbridge, number 88, content to just get it out of the zone back to neutral. Number 43, Grant Lloyd creates some space on the wall. He'll skate it forward into the Pens offensive zone. Pumps it now. Tries a stop move. I see there's some holiday well wishes with number 51. Now on the half wall, Gorski and Fritchie battle for it. Gorski loses his glove. Held in at the point by 25. Blake Parrish temporarily. It's still at the top of the zone. Comes back to center where number 77, CJ Nenavisa gets to it in front of the Penguins bench. Goes it wide to 43. Grant Loy, 6-1 the score. Or Woodbridge brings it back in. Comes now high. Shot over the net by 44. Another hard shot over the head of Luka Thompson. Now at the point, 91 will feather it through, doesn't get through to the net as Grant Loy picks it up. Headman for Gaworski. Gaworski passes ahead for 25 by Paris. Offsides is the call, though. With 12:41 to go in the third period. As it's 12:41 to go in the third period, 23-4 to go. You're good. All right, Connor Wilson brings it in. He dances around the man. Connor Wilson tries to elevate the puck. Goes off the upper chest of 30. Colt Davis follows on. Easton Borman. He's got a man in front. It's Connor Wilson. Tries to get it through. It does get through to Wilson. He's got Davis back door. Wilson shoots the puck wide of the net. As bringing it back through is number 28. He's going to bounce it around Papuano. Borman bounces it behind the net to Welch. Welch is going to reverse it back out the other side. He's going to skate it up to Ambrose Papuano. Papuano bumps it to Wilson. Wilson comes in. Borman's now in all on. Backdoor pass to Connor Wilson. Connor Wilson shoots and scores off the Easton Borman feed. The seas parted for Borman. Walks in, showed some patience, downshifted and found on the back door, the goal scorer, number 8, Connor Wilson. And RU Sirius Park, it's 7-1 right now with 11:36 to go in the third period. Shot totals 25-4 in favor of the Pens lead. Feathers through now. Nico Stark right pad save on shot number 26. Hustling into this puck is Bingham Green. Green backhand pass attempt gets all the way to Riker Ferguson. Penalty coming up though as he hauled down Nielsen. The Pens are going to go to the PK for the third time today off the tripping call with 11:10 to go. On for the PK. It'll be to the left of netminder number 33, Luka Thompson. Bingham Green will step in for this draw. Gonna push it forward to himself. Moves it for Nico Stark. They're going to try the Wolfpack defenders here. Stark walks in. Tries to get a shot through the two defenders as it goes wide of the net. We're 75. Big body for the Wolfpack. Work this around Brady Fritchie. Fritchie, good recovery there. Sticks it back into the neutral zone. Take more time off the Riker Ferguson tripping call. That now has 59 seconds on it. We're 75. Looks to line it up again. Headman pass goes by everybody. Icing waved off here. It was deflected by a stick. Then Avisa comes over to confront. Good stick again by number 9, Brady Fritchie, to separate the puck from the Wolfpack forward. 75 again comes in. He's going to have... Pens are changing. Could have had an opportunity there. Decided to shoot the puck where it's now picked up by number 43, Grant Loy. As his pocket pick centering pass attempt goes off the stick of Thompson all the way through to the point man. He throws it now wide. 16 to go on the Riker Ferguson call. Controlled by the Wolfpack, but confronted by Loya. Centering pass attempts is going to be knocked out of the zone by Mason Fritchie. Back to center, back to 5-on-5 action. No shots allowed on that penalty kill. But the Wolfpack now looking for some offense. Good stick from Ambrose Papuano. Does get feathered through to the netminder Thompson. The Pens a little lax in their own zone right now. It comes through. Whistle blew. As official, I believe, lost sight of the puck. So it'll be a D zone draw. We have a running clock now with 9:02. Mercy rolls as once you get to a 6-goal lead in the third period, clock will run. So 8:51 now to go in the third. As it's now Ambrose Papuano on his backhand moves it to Brooksy Gaworski. Gaworski centering pass. Now it's deflected off Paris's stick over to Mason Fritchie. Where 91 has it in flight. Gaworski confronts him to stop him up in neutral. Woodbridge has to retreat back to number 26. It's 26. It's a long shot in on net off the right pad of Thompson. It's left for him. Where Welch has it behind the net. Goes behind Blake Paris. Deflects high off of a couple of sticks. Where Ambrose Papuano tries to move it along to Blake Paris. Brooksy Gaworski now has it. To the stick play to Blake Paris. Papuano will go wide to number 9, Brady Fritchie. As the whistle blows, I think there's going to be coincidental calls here as Gaworski is going to go to the box as well as number 51. Some conversation in front of the Penguin bench. There'll be a neutral zone face-off. 7:33 to go in the third period. 26-5 the shot totals right now. 7-1 on the scoreboard. Connor Wilson will step in across from 44. He's flanked by 74 Borman and 11 Davis. Backside Nenavisa and Fritchie. Comes now to number 9, Brady Fritchie. He's got Connor Wilson going to the net. Good protection there from 9. Feeds it through. Beautiful pass all the way through to Borman. Comes now to the stick once again of Brady Fritchie. Dumps it deep down. 74 Easton Borman controls. Borman still has this puck. 7:10 to go. Comes up high. Keeping in the zone is 77. Good play there from Nenavisa to dive to keep it in. Fritchie sees this go off the high stick of a Woodbridge defender. And back to center. High off the glass. It's Nenavisa that picks it up. He's at center red now. For Colt Davis. Tries to knock it off the boards. Protected by 75. But 74 Borman. He's hauled down. Comes to 44. Grant Loy's now going to pick it up. Knocked off of his stick. Ahead of the play was a Woodbridge player. 6:29 and counting now in the third period. 26-5. Remain the shot totals. '26 now dumps it deep behind netminder Luca Thompson. Where Grant Loya reverses it back up to the wall to Bingham Green, number 19. Under 6 to go. Nico Stark goes right back to Bingham Green. Shot in, deflects. Had to be alert there. The netminder bounced up off almost like a shortstop there, fielding a ground ball. Good save from number 30. 5:40 to go in the third. Offensive zone faceoff. Riker Ferguson stepped in for the draw, flanked by Stark and Green. Backside will be Grant Loya and Ambrose Papuana. Green, top of the circle, snaps it in on net, blocker down by the netminder. Ferguson follows on. Ferguson's going to work this along. We approach the 5-minute mark of this game. Green gets this puck. Protects on his backhand. Tries to get it behind the net now. It's thrown up high around the body of Papuana, who has to retreat back to center. Runs into a Woodbridge player, but picked up by Ferguson. Feathers it just ahead of the reach of Nico Stark, which protected by 28. Papuana pinches, try and hold the zone. Comes out high and out of the zone to the stick of number 43, Grant Loya. Loya had a goal earlier today on a beautiful move. He's looking for another one. Another curl move from Grant Loya. Just deflects off the shoulder and over the net. Oh, we're at the 4:23 mark to go. Where Woodbridge looking for another shot attempt. Got a man going on the net. Read by Loya. Picked up that pass. As he pushes it ahead to Blake Paris. Offsides is the call. Neutral zone faceoff coming up. Right in front of the Penguins bench. Welch will go wide to Brady Fritchie. Fritchie up to Gaworski. Gaworski tries to push this puck through back into the neutral zone. Brady Fritchie will get to this puck. Goes to Gaworski. Give and go right back to Brady. Knocked off of his stick play by 75. Fritchie controls. Has it on his backhand. With 3:30 to go in the third. Brady's going to walk off the wall now. It's going to man in front. It's Gaworski. Goes high to Welch. Welch now controls. Goes right back down low to Gaworski. Gaworski spins off the man. Still has this puck. Looking for a pathway to move this. It's Paris that walks off the wall. As it was loose there. As Fritchie takes a cross check. Decides to take a seat. That's when we'll get things sorted out here. It's Botch running with 2:41 to go. As they're going to be, as Gaworski's going to go to the box. Pens will be shorthanded here for the last portions of this game. 7-1 is the score. We'll see Gaworski. We'll sit down for the next minute 30. All right, so clock here will have stop start because penalty was called. So we got the Zamboni door opening up. Just going to relocate. As we're at 2:16 now to go in the third period. Easton Borman will poke it off the wall. Back to 91. Let's poke ahead. 2-on-1 develops. It's Wilson and Borman. Wilson delays. It's 3-on-1. Connor Wilson shoots and scores. Little full lot of sap. Easton Borman is driving the net. Wilson delayed. It puts it up under the bar, over the shoulder of the netminder. Snaps it up there. Connor Wilson gets the goal to make it 8-1. Shorthanded goal, the SHG for PPG. PPE. As Play back underway here, late stages of the third period. Under 2 to go, 1:44, 36 to go on the penalty to number 45, Brooks Kowarski. Woodbridge will snap this in on Thompson. Doesn't get through, though. Now worked around. As Pence will be back in action at 4 o'clock from the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex against the London Junior Knights. But it's now Mason Fritchie. Nicolas has it behind the net. Got a man high. It's Ambrose Papuano. Goes to Papuano. Papuano collects. Makes one man miss. Papuano snaps in on net. It's into the equipment of 51. It's going to be a 3-on-2 that develops here. As has this wide now is number 10. Knocked off of his stick blade. Ambrose Papuano collects. On to go. 48 seconds. Headman pass for Blake Paris. He walks in. Tries to go right back to Bingham Green. Bingham Green knocked off of his stick blade. As Papuano and 51 are both going to go to the box with 35 to go in the third period. As 51 takes an extra cross check there. We played 5-on-5 for the last 35.2. Pens offensive zone faced off someone else. Actually, 51 may have been tossed, ejected. As 51 has been ejected from the game. As this should be a power play. As the Woodbridge, though, has 5 players on the ice. As it comes now wide to Welch. Welch is going to skate this forward. Goes to Nico Stark. Stark's going to shoot this through. As Nenevisa tries to float this over, it comes back into his own zone. He's going to have to go back to get this puck with 15 to go. Bumps it up to Bingham Green. And Bingham Green tries to skate this out of the zone himself. He does. And that'll do it. Game number 1 of the 2025 Midwinter Classic is an 8-1 victory as the Pittsburgh Penguins Elite take down the Woodbridge Wolfpack. Shot total is 31-5. And that'll do it. So we'll see you later today, 4 o'clock from the UPMC Lemieux Covestro ring, as the Pens will go to game number 2 against the London Junior Knights. Thanks for joining us this morning. Have a great afternoon.